So I would say that this has been one of the strongest and the most decisive and the most bold steps that this government has decided to take. And बथेरी सरकारां आईया गईयां ने, लेकिन एक टेंपररी चीज़ नूं हटाने वास्ते 70 साल लग गए ते प्रधानमंत्री मोदी दे आने दे बाद ही ये चीज़ां नूं हकीकत होण नूं मिलिया है. The other thing I would like to comment is on the economy, because a lot is being said about the economy. As we all know, there is a global slowdown which has been happening for quite some time. But despite that, Hindustan, the growth rate has been better than almost all major economies, be it in America, be it Europe, be it Japan. It's been practically double of all the emerging economies and all the other great big economies. Now, no doubt, जब दुनिया भर दा एक सिनेरियो हैगा, जे आपा पोल्यूशन होंदी है तो हिंदुस्तान आइसोलेट तो नहीं हो सकता. वो पोल्यूशन जिथे ग्लोबली हो रही है, ग्लोबल वार्मिंग हो रही है, तो हिंदुस्तान च भी होगी. सो जे ग्लोबल स्लो डाउन हो रहा है, of course there has been an impact in India as well. But despite that, we are still growing at a faster rate, and the government is reacting in every way to ensure that this impact is felt at the least. And I think one of the big economic decisions which has been taken is to merge certain banks and create them into bigger banks. 3-4 banks nu katha karke you make a bank, so that there is more liquidity in their hands to lend out and to give better services. So, and 70,000 crores is going to be given to these banks now, which will go directly in the hands of people, because these banks will be in a better position to lend. So 87,000 crores किसानां नूं जा रहा है, 70,000 crore बैंक जिहड़े हुण इन्हां दी restructuring जिहड़ी इन्हां बैंकां दी हुई है, which will enhance their to be able to lend better and to effectively rate cuts दे सकदे ने borrowers नूं. And like an interministerial task force has been set up, the government दा निशाना है कि अगले 5 सालां च 1 लाख करोड़ दे projects of infrastructure are going to be put up by the government. So 1 लाख करोड़ दे infrastructure projects होंगे, 70,000 करोड़ इन्हां बैंकां नूं दिता होया lending वास्ते, and किसानां नूं अड़ दिता गया. This is a big boost to boost up the economy. So भावे we are facing maybe a cyclic or a temporary slowdown, but I am still proud to say that the government is reacting in every way to ensure that our progress does not come down very drastically. I am also very happy to say that our inflation has been low compared to what it was during UPA time. I think it's practically half. Our FDI, foreign direct investment, has been highest ever in the history of India. The world is still looking at India as a bright spot. So all these things go to show that India is still on the right track, on the right trajectory, and we are handling the situations as they come up. I would also be happy to say that in ease of doing business, as you have seen that in World Bank, we have moved up from, we were in 142 position, we have now come into the 77th position because of the kind of steps that were taken by this government over the last 5 years, where about 87 old laws were also repealed. Many steps were taken, like even in my own ministry, everything has been made transparent, where there's less government and more of governance. Everything is online, funds are distributed online, applications are taken online. So every ministry took these steps, due to which ease of doing business has gone up drastically. I'm also happy to say that to bring in transparency, which is something this government has always stood for, that there should be no scams and no discretionary favoritism, and everything should be clear and above board. So in the tax administration, I'm happy to say, for ease of doing business, there's automation to avoid discretionary notices. Customer ease de vaste, public sector banks are now mandated to return loan documents within 15 days of loan closure. Online tracking of loan applications by customers has been introduced. All pending GST refund due to MSME will be paid within 30 days. Ease of life for taxpayers, income tax, GST and customs. Interchangeability of PAN card and Aadhaar card has been allowed for filing income tax returns. Faceless scrutiny of taxpayers, simplification of GST. Now there is no कि थोड़े को लाके कोई raid लाऊगा ते थानू करूँगा. This will all be done through the machine, random picking. No one can go to you and harass you. So to get rid of this harassment एंड ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस ही ईज ऑफ लिविंग वास्ते भी ये सरकार एक निशाना बना रही है. Reduction in corporate tax to 25% for corporate with below 400 crores annual turnover. So a number, I would say that a number of steps have been taken. So while we have worked at the economy, we have worked at giving people, the poorer sections of society, be it a Jan Dhan Yojana, where direct benefit, but through DBT, we have saved almost 87,000 crores, which used to get pilfered in the way. There is more money to now give to the people. Whether in the earlier government, that 90 paise per day wala Suraksha Bima or accident of 1 rupee a month, I mean, number of these schemes, or whether it is now the pension for the Kisan and all, I'm happy to say that when we talk about delivering, on the other side, we talk about weeding out corruption. I think probably the first time in the history to boost the transparency, there have been a number of corrupt officials who have been given compulsory retirement. I mean, I think the number is about 45 to 47.